following is an ESG360 video.
I'm here today with Mark Bowker, Senior Analyst covering Enterprise Mobility at ESG. Welcome, Mark.
How's it going, John?
Very well, thanks.
Good.
So we're going to talk today about some of your research coverage areas and thoughts for 2016. But before we get to that, why don't you share a little bit about ESG's Enterprise Mobility coverage?
So it's all looking at enterprise mobility from the perspective of business to employee. And that's important to remember, right? There's a lot of cool stuff happening out there from business to consumer, but we're really looking at it from business to employee. How are you taking traditional applications and even new applications, moving them into the hands of employees across different devices? And we're looking at things all you can imagine, right? Mobile device management, mobile application management, enterprise mobility, file sync and share with Terry McClure, even infrastructure stuff with the ESG infrastructure team as well.
So this is really the intersection of what the employee needs to be productive, and lines are blurring there between home devices and work devices.
Yeah.
As well as what the business needs
Yeah.
from what the desired outcome is from a productivity perspective or a collaboration perspective,
Yeah.
and then also what IT needs to do to support all of those initiatives.
No question. The fascinating part about all this is it's really a change of behavior, right? Remember the first day I walked in with my iPhone and I said, you know, it's really, the device is cool, right? It's a pane of glass that you're looking at, but at the end of the day, it's all about those different apps in there. And those apps really just change your behavior. Sure, it's happened on the consumer side a little bit, but we're seeing the same way at work, where people are using it to do things that they traditionally would have done maybe inside of Excel or PowerPoint. Suddenly they're using these new apps, Trello or Feedly or any of these other ones, and using their phone to do so. So it's really changing behavior, which is the interesting part.
Fascinating. So what main trends will you be looking out for in 2016?
So there's a few. Obviously, we'll be looking at all the technology that we said. But this year, I'll tell you, one of the bigger things is Windows 10. I think Windows 10 is, everybody's got it, right? It's everywhere. And we've already seen with the research we've done, about 30% of people have already done some type of upgrade. And that's a significant upgrade, meaning more than 25% of their environment. And 30% more plan to do an upgrade within the next 6 months. So that's something we'll definitely be watching, just understanding what that impact is. When we drill down a little bit further, you also look, a third of those people said that the fact that they can manage it better as part of their mobility strategy is one of their top drivers as well. So Windows 10 is going to be right at the top of the list with those other pieces as well.
And certainly the run any application, any device is going to make it a lot easier for IT departments to provide some of those Windows-based applications on multiple devices.
So we've stacked up our devices. I carry around 3 or 4, you carry around 3 or 4. Yeah, it's not going to stop, right? I've never worn a watch before. I think I'm going to get a watch. Right, that's not going to stop, and you're going to see that from that business to employee perspective. So even things, John, I know we've been talking about VDI for a while. That's not dead, right? It's not the year of VDI either, but it's not dead. So we'll still watch technologies like that. We'll watch how they snap onto maybe hyper-converged infrastructure with the ESG infrastructure team. So we'll still watch those pieces. We'll watch how workspaces are created. We'll watch how applications are managed different than data, different than user identity. So we're going to watch that space as well.
So Mark, you just mentioned VDI.
Yeah.
So that's part of a broader group of technologies that we call workspace delivery. And this is an area that we've been covering for a long time. It's not dead by any stretch. Companies are looking for different alternative ways to deliver desktops and applications to their users. So what do you see in the workspace delivery space in 2016?
It's still about being able to centrally execute that image and project it out to you, John McKnight, the user. I think you'll see where they'll slice that apart even further now. So you'll be able to take things like applications and have them in their own containers that then get plugged or snapped into that bigger image as well. The other thing, and will be interesting too, and we're watching kind of the different segments of the market that may do this, but hosted, meaning a cloud provider actually hosts that desktop. So we're seeing the major providers, you know, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, VMware, Citrix, of course, do this, but we're watching really closely where they're little niche use cases now. We've seen some big university use cases where they're larger, but we'll watch how the cloud provider plays into that as well.
Interesting. Well, thank you, Mark. Great stuff as always. To read more of Mark's research or read his blog, you can visit esgglobal.com.